Yeah, so I did all that, like, in between. I had parts come up and sensations and feelings in my body, and so I did, like, a version of what they coached, and it stabilized. Like, in the sequence of doing it, I felt something go from spiraling into, like, not balanced to things becoming stable. But I do this inner work in a very kind of, non-contextual way. It's like it's all very like, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're doing, I'm here to help. I have no idea what's going on with you, like who you are as a part, or like what you're doing, or what memory or learning you're organized around, or whatever. I'm just here for you and try to help you. And I would like to know if, like, I have another fear at times that I'm really not good at this, that I'm not up to par for what my parts need from me. Like, I understand that this is a part burden talking now, but like I feel somehow sometimes so sad that I can't br- bring the system into like a sense of shared context around these things that I feel and they seem to feel a lot. And so I'm wondering, like, is there something obvious that I'm missing, and how I could like work with things like sharing like a web of an inner experience together, instead of all this, like, oh, there's a fire over there, I go there and try to help them, and I have no idea what's happening there, and like, am I making sense to you, Emmy? Like, is there something obvious that I'm missing that I could be doing with a little bit of coaching? I would love to hear that.
What do you want to say to this? Okay, they're talking about the word coaching. They're saying there are energies around you. You can call them your guides, your ancestors, your loved ones, those on the other side, rooting for you, helping to guide you, helping to move you when and where you need to be in the right ways and situations, helping you with your parts. Okay, now they're talking about helping you with your parts. They're saying you are already doing it exactly how it needs to be done within your own unique system. They showed me just this movement kind of going like that internally. And they're saying for this is what is needed at this time in this way. It may not look like it may look for others. This is what is needed for you. For you are a unique system with unique needs and unique ways of going about this. You are doing what is right for your system. And they're really emphasizing your system, your system, your system. Okay, they're coming here, something with your heart and being called. Mm. They're talking about directional energies and buffering. Okay, what are you saying with this? They're talking about, like, we have this idea that there's a certain way to do things, a certain way that we need to do things. They're talking about if you get off track, you just get gently buffered back on track. Back on track, back on track, back on track, back on track. And that's what they're talking about with these loops. The way it just kind of loops like that. That's just going a little off the track and then going right back on the track. They're saying you will be given another track if you need another track. They're saying you may find that track yourself when it's time to find it. And if you do not find it when it's time to find it will find you. And they're even showing like this track as if like you're a train or some kind of vehicle moving, and this new track needs to come in, and they're showing this track will just merge with the other track, and you'll think you're on the same track until one day you realize, oh no, you're on a different track. When did that happen? And you're like looking back and you're like, I feel like it happened somewhere there. Whatever. I'm here now. This feels good. I'm going to go with this. Okay, they're
Hmm.
leaving it at that.
Yeah, I was tearing up in the beginning when they said about like having all this help, because I feel that sometimes. Um, it's very like very emotive for me right now. Like, and it's like it's a big contrast about how I feel about being in the world. Like being in the world, I don't feel like I have a lot of. I feel like I have a lot of resources, but I don't feel like I'm being held well in the world by people, by relationship experiences, and the way things are in the world, you know? I know I have a lot of resources and stamina, and I can learn how to move and shake and be and do things. But like this feeling of having somebody who's cheering you on or who's on your side or whatever, it's like there's a big contrast in how I feel about that. And then it was really gratifying to hear that, like, this weird, like, the strangeness of the path of how things go inside my system when I pay attention there and things happen inside of me. That 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 there's a sense of determination in my system that I have to be more like water. I have to go with these quirks and these, you know, quirky things. Like there's no other way, because if I impose a path on them, I mean now the parts who are responding to me and each other and the world, they're also not participating. That it's like, do you understand what I mean? It's like I'm also humbling. Like there's a determination in my system that this flexible way, which is non-linear and not understandable to other people, it doesn't matter that they don't understand it, because I have to move with the energy inside my system too. It's not just with the energy of the world. You know, things out there are complicated, and things inside of me can also then be complicated. And I have the right to be as complicated as the world is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I felt very gratified, and I'm, I'm I'm so astounded that I felt this moved. So thank you.
You're welcome. One thing that they said is that if we all moved like water, life would be so much easier.
Yeah, I'm learning the benefits of this, and I'm hoping it's gonna, as I treat my parts with kind of this kind of availability to them, it will make some difference in the end. Like even if I don't see the results like immediately, that it's still entraining something, it's still modeling something, it's still providing something that is nurturing to the cohesiveness of the system, you know?
Yeah, they're showing a deep and profound foundation. I mean it is like, wow. They're showing like like if you had, you just see this dirt on the ground, right? And you see this one tiny little mushroom that finally popped up. Like, right, maybe you have this idea this ground has been barren for however long, right? And this one little mushroom finally pops up because you're like, dude, like really that long? And this one little mushroom is the only thing that's popped up all this time? What you don't see that was building underneath, they are showing like massive amounts of mycelium under the surface. Like it goes all along under here. I mean, there is so much there. I mean, it's like when you have a plant that it has outgrown its pot, and so there's a lot more roots than soil. It's not quite that. There's still like a healthy amount of soil, but there's a lot of mycelium under here too. They're talking about this foundation as perfection without having to be a perfectionist. It's you know, this is like kind of one of those paradoxes. Like it's kind of that idea of slow is fast. They're talking about the safety in that being truly deeply profound. It's like we have these ideas and they're talking, even when we do this bottom up work, we have a top down way of viewing it of oh, we have to go bottom then up and bottom then up, and then we just do all that and everything's fine, and that's the quickest way. And they're saying it's not always the quickest way. They're saying oftentimes this is the quickest way. Oftentimes. Because the foundation that it builds is beautiful and irreversible. Irreversible. They're really like, I I can't even say that they're emphasizing that word irreversible, because when they say that word irreversible, the way I feel it in my body is like when you would say set in stone or made of steel, or but even stronger than that. Like even stronger than that, exponentially stronger than that. And they're saying it's a strength that cannot be undone once it is done. There's just something really beautiful in this, and also under recognized. It's like they see it, and some of us can at times grasp this. What do you want to say? They're just saying it is more beautiful than you know. More beautiful than you know. Yeah, really just emphasizing that more beautiful than you know, and much stronger than you know. It's a beautiful foundation, they're saying.
Mm. It brought to my recall, like once when I was in a collectively spiritual environment and I felt so certain. I felt so obvious in my existence. I felt like the bedrock uh, underneath the sea. Like I live in a big peninsula and everything is bedrock, you know. And I felt like that. So I that came to my recall when you talked about this very interspersed, interwoven strength of this network, this mycelium image, you know. You can't see it, but everybody takes it for granted. The things you see on the surface are only possible because it is there.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
they're just they're yesing to that.
but the thing is then for my parts and my like my human awareness, what I'm looking for is validation of progress from the things that are visible on the surface. And this is the difference, you know? And I think that's why I can start every day, even though it's not working in the traditional way, I can restart every morning. I keep going everywhere, you know? The mycelium keeps going no matter what the fuck I do now. It's like, it's also a train in motion, I think, using their imagery back, you know?
They're also saying this is changing the way people view things. Just you having this experience, even if nobody hears about this, even if nobody sees what is being recorded here, just having this experience sends energy out to inform others in the way that they can be informed. They're showing it contributes to their own mycelium beneath the soil that they may have no clue is there.
Mm, yeah.
Hmm.
The silent growth we give to each other.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful words. I was like, I want to commend you, and they're commending you too. That's a beautiful way to put it.